Okay everyone, so today we're going to be boxing the DeLonghi awesome air conditioner. This is just enough, 500 square feet, large room, like living room, but it's going to be cooling my whole downstairs for the server room that I built. So one of the easiest ways to pull is reverse them, and they snap right off. So once you get all those off, now with all the straps off, you can just very easily take off the box just by pulling it right side up. As you can see, the unit's just basically supported by 4 beams, and I pulled up. Now you're going to hear some of the venting, like kind of sliding down. You can do the opposite way, but you'd be pulling that unit out, and there's 2 straps that's holding down. The smartest way would probably just do this like gravity, slowly just drop those units so it isn't super hard, and you'll have that out really easily. So you can see the vent just drops on top, power cable, all the plastics and stuff like that are just right there, and some of the tubing and some of the other, I guess, plastic like packing slips are there right there at the point. Here's the quick startup guide when you have your 1 through 9 pieces, and the quick easy setup, 3 feet maximum near a window in order to have the X heat, because X is going to give it to you with a whole bunch of heat. It cools down your room. You don't want to balance it. It's not a Song of Ice and Fire. And you can plug it in directly over there in settings, and even has a seasonal bag, which is pretty cool because it also has the end of season dust cover and then end of season accessory bag. So you have a lot of fun stuff you can actually do. Water cap, all these fun things, tubing, additional window brackets. But as you can see, I conveniently have all those laid out. Now the unit's pretty much just uncased. Now with it completely unboxed, we can find all this stuff directly in that tube with the seasonal bag. There's the controller. Let's go ahead and plug the batteries in. Pretty cool. All done. Here is the drain plug tube, just in case you need it for the humidifier if you end up running this, because this unit definitely does have a lot of functions. And when you select the mode, you have few, which is cooling, dehumidifying, circulating air, not yawning air, and heat. So last one I got before, the heat didn't really work, but right now I'm going to utilize it for the cool and the humidification and the circulative air. And during the cold seasons, I'll try out the heat again and see if it works, and hopefully it does, because it's an all-in-one unit. 2 things to point out when doing this: make sure that this comes out of this part. It may seem like one unit, but it's not. You need both of them to be separate, which I already plugged in the one that's for the exhaust that goes to here. And you can see that I made it and stretched it out, so it looks almost like a screw. Now that's all connected. It should snap into place, turning counterclockwise once you line up the idles, which are right there and right there. So I have it hooked up in my room in order for it to go from here and just kind of coast into there so the sound doesn't hit my mics. So it comes around the bend to the stream studio, where this is starting to overheat a little bit. Let's fire up and test the temperatures. So we have 75 on cold. Let's go ahead and bring that all the way up to the top. Bring that down to the coldest we can get. 64. Dehumidifier, circulative, heat. That's your cold. Let's see here. Oh, what's that? Real fill. That's kind of cool. It's like an auto home thing. I'm assuming that's their auto button one. You have your timer, pretty much, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to that kick in. Full blast instead of auto. And let's go ahead and test the temps. So straight off the bat, it kicks in right there. We're getting about 24 versus ambient. A little rising, you can kind of see. That's rising, dropping. So you can see it's roughly about 75 degrees, and when you kind of point over here, you see it just starts dropping drastically, and I can feel it as it's exiting the room. It's pretty good, actually. This is pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and take a pause, and we'll come back in 30 minutes from now. So 10:36, we'll come back at 11:06. Okay, 30 minutes later, and you can see the inside. And if we get a really good angle down there, you can see it almost hits like 40 to 30 degrees, depending on where you get it. But that's not too bad. Now you're looking at ambient, about 68. See, it's kind of there. Even the temperature in the hallways dropped about like 1 to 2 degrees, give or take. And you can see what's pouring out of the room, which is roughly about like roughly 67. So this is working pretty well. One thing I do notice is that right there, the flanges, I'm gonna put some duct tape around it because I can feel like air kind of coming out of it a little bit. And then when I put the temperature gun over there, it's like when you put it against it, yeah, you see it around it. Not too bad, but right when you get towards the air, right there, you can see that there's still a little bit. You can feel the air draft just kind of coming. It's just slight. So I'm gonna make it very airtight real fast. So I just used some Gorilla Glue tape, and let's go ahead and snap that again. So again, directly on the pipe, you can see, but now the residual down below, there's nothing. Before there was like an ambience of 80 going on. Now it's like you can kind of get it right when you touch it, and even like the Gorilla Glue tape is doing a great job of thermally taking a little bit of the load. So you can take about like 10 degrees as it transfers this up here, but now there's nothing down below, and it's not sucking in the hot air down below. So let's see what happens 30 minutes from now and test it one more time. This is the stats now with just it like reading with the vent closed, so no longer it taking in hot air. So I just want to kind of get a base reading of that. So we're getting roughly about the room 68 to 69 degrees, give or take. I mean, like 70 is probably upstairs. Just moved. Let's get it inside here. Like almost 40 some. And I know there's like a sweet spot where you can get about 30. Right there. Alright, so let's try 30 minutes later. Okay, everyone. So here we are a little later. Hooked up my Dyson, as you can see right there in the background. And kind of just utilize that as like a throw. And you can kind of see consistently about 61. Now as you dive deeper into the valves, it goes to about 64 as it's cooling. It's not like in a super AC mode because it's like pretty chill right now, but it's still blowing about 65. When it kicks in the cool portion down there, sometimes you can get up to about, well, roughly about 38, 37, 36 was the lowest I saw. But it works pretty well. I like it, it's portable, gets the job done pretty well. But if you're new to the network, like, share, and subscribe. And I definitely dig this, because check this out. Where it used to be about, remember, it's almost 75, now it's 67, 66. The whole room is just pretty chill. Matching, that's why it's even on the outside. Check it out. Before it was like 75. So this is gonna work perfect, so it cuts out the noise, and I can get some sound dampening situations right there, and maybe MacGyver a sound, or not sound, a vent of induction from the room of my stream room over there, and maybe an outlet of the cold in, so it's pulling and recirculating into the room and recycling, and then have an outlet vent so it's like into my room, so it's very quiet here too as well. So I think this unit's going to work perfect. Cheers.